Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Living in Northern California. Today we are going to be talking about how things are starting to change in the market, right?
Yep.
We kind of were saying this in previous videos that typically a slower time of the year when we see activity is going to be during the holidays.
Yeah.
And it was still busy in the holidays, and now
Yep.
January hit and things are starting to change. Before we get going on that topic, Rose, you want to say anything?
Yes, if you're new to our channel, make sure to give a little love to that subscribe button and click on that notification button so you can be the first to know about what's happening here in Northern California.
Gear, look at this girl. On a
Yes,
shirt.
I know. So yeah, we've seen quite a big craziness like in the last couple months actually. Typically the real estate market slows down in November throughout the holiday and then the new year because of the holidays, people are busy with family. But we actually saw the builders and then even ourselves getting quite busy like in November, December, even up to like the week before Christmas. And then in between Christmas and New Year's, we were quite busy too.
Now, I think why, I want to stop there and you mentioned builders. Why are we mentioning builders? Because in the resale market, it's still a lot of, they're really short on supply. There's not that much resale out there, okay? But in the Northern California region, and even more so in the Sacramento area, there is so much growth going on.
Yeah.
And with that, you're having a lot of homes being built by a lot of options, a lot of builders. That brings a lot of people. And with that, you have new schools, new shopping centers. The growth out here has just been pretty amazing, right? You're going to get a lot of people from the Bay Area coming out to this area, but also you're getting people from around the country as well. Our YouTube channel, I want to say more people are from out of state than they
Yes.
are the Bay Area,
Yep.
right? So what we saw last year, Rose, is interest rates shot up.
Oh yeah, it hit like 8%.
Right.
In maybe October or early November.
And they strategically did that to slow down the market because prices were just going up too fast. And what it did, it slowed down the market. And with all these new builds out here, it gave them time to catch up on inventory, right? And if they caught up on inventory, instead of waiting for the next phase, the next release, put your name on the list and hopefully you're lucky enough to get a house before it's taken by someone else. Now they have homes that are built. They caught up on inventory because it got really slow.
Yeah.
And with that, we saw prices starting to come down last year, and new builds were offering to lower your interest rate and they were going to pay for it. We've talked about the 2-1 buy down where the seller will pay for that and they lower your interest rate for you, and even permanent buy downs we were seeing. And that really started to spark the market again in this area. Even during the holidays, we started to see a change in November and December.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, when the Fed announced that they were going to reduce the Fed rates 3 times in 2024, that dropped interest rates quite a bit.
Yeah.
The market took light of that, and so we saw interest rates dip into the mid 7s, which brought some buyers out. Now it's in the mid to maybe a little bit high 6s, which brought more buyers out. Going into our new builds market, a lot of our builders were really busy. We talked to them on a weekly basis, and one community sold 14 houses in December, which is a lot compared to what they were doing.
They were pretty slow last year, yeah.
Yeah. And then just talking to some builders here in Roseville, last week alone sold 7 houses in 1 week. So
we went to Elk Grove a few weeks ago, and we haven't seen this in a while, but there was one builder where they were taking offers from buyers to pretty much bid the price up, right?
Yeah.
So for an example, if they had a model and they had a release, and let's say model 1 was released at $600,000 and you like the house plus 3 other buyers, and this is a new build, this is uncommon, but you were able to compete for that house and drive that price up to wherever you wanted.
The last time I've seen that was when we were showing houses in the Bay Area. before COVID, when the market was, kind
It
of
was
picking
very
up
rare
quite a
to see
bit.
that.
I was out with our clients and they were literally offering multiple offers on one. They would release like 5 lots, and then you would write an offer with your price on there, for a specific lot, and then they would pick the highest and best offer on a lot. So typically that's not how new communities work. Usually it's first come, first serve. You reserve the house, you work with the lender. It doesn't matter if the next person comes in and says, I want to buy it for a higher price. It's whoever's on the list, they go through the list, they go line by line as to who came in first, who talked to the lender first. So that's typically how it works. But we did see one, we came across one in Elk Grove. I did talk to another builder that may potentially be starting that too.
And the reason why we say that, we are definitely seeing a shift. We go to, our thing is kind of new builds. We've found a niche with even YouTube. We started touring new builds, and we have our Instagram channel. It's a lot of new builds, and there's just so much new builds out here that's where a lot of our business has been. But
resale inventory is really low, so it's great to have the new builds to be able to show different options in different areas.
And so we're always out in the field talking to our sales agents, going to all the new builds, seeing what the changes in prices are, what the inventory is, what the deals we could get, right? And the common theme that we started to get at the end of the year is they're getting a lot busier. And now what we're starting to hear is, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. I have so many contracts that I need to write up. So we've seen that, and now we're seeing that they're talking about, hey, we're now increasing prices on the next phase now.
I was just going to say that. We actually had 3 builders just this week increase about $2,500.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's just kind of what we expect, right? What happens when you have lower interest rates? You get more buyers into the market. Yeah. When there's more buyers into the market, that drives up the price, right?
And a lot of the buyers caught wind that the lenders were giving out incentives to reduce their interest rates. A lot of our new build clients were able to buy their rates down to like 5.75, 5.8. And then take advantage of the 2-1 buy down because of the lender incentives. So with that said, those people were jumping onto the market, getting into these new construction, and now the inventory, the quick move-ins that the builders have are now going away because they're selling.
They're starting to catch up, but there's still good news for people out there. Listen, it's just the beginning. Rates are still high for a lot of people. Yeah. So this is what's different than a lot different than when houses were shooting up in 2021, 2022, is interest rates are still higher. They still have a lot of good deals out there, right? They still have ready-built homes. They're still offering more lender incentive than if they're caught up on their inventory. So you could still negotiate on a lot of these new builds on a ready-built home. You're gonna a lot of times be able to write an offer to these new builds, and they will shoot it up to management or even the owners and try to get your offer accepted. We never saw that before. Yeah. There wasn't like, hey, if this house is 600, can I offer 575? That just wasn't an option because they didn't have any homes even built. There was a wait list. Now there's homes built. They're like, hey, come on, go ahead and write us an offer. And we're able to get a lot of times blinds included, which is a $6,000 to $10,000 cost. If it's a $10,000 lender incentive, we might be able to get $20,000. If the house is for $650, we might be able to get $10,000, $15,000 off or even more. And we're still starting to see that. Like I said, it is starting to change, and we do expect with interest rates continuing to drop this year that it's just going to be more competitive. Yeah. Another thing before I lose, the thing that's different now than before is before when there was a wait list and you had a house to sell, a contingent offer, meaning I want to buy this house, but I have a house to sell. They have so many other people to choose from that you're most likely not going to get your offer accepted. They're now very much considering contingent offers. So if you have a house to sell and you want to capitalize on low inventory in the resale market, and that typically helps you with selling your house quick and still get a brand new home with these lender incentives. It's kind of really a good time if you think about it to do both, right?
sure.
Because what is it going to be like when they catch up on inventory and there's wait lists? They're not going to go with the people with contingent offers usually, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, like we are getting a lot of really good deals for our clients, really great interest rates. You know, a lot of people are asking us, like, you know, how could you say that now is the best time to buy? Obviously, we don't have a crystal ball. Things can always change. But from the data that we have and how many opportunities we have with our clients that we're seeing in the market, we're finding that they are getting into homes that they like with interest rates that are reasonable, and they're not having to bid multiple offers right now, which, you know, when rates go down, multiple offers are going to happen. And, you know, what a lot of people are saying is that, you know, I'll wait for interest rates go down. But what happens when interest rates go down? Prices are going to go up because there's going to be multiple offers, which drives prices up.
All right, I'm gonna before we wrap up this video, I'm gonna hit you with a little trivia. See if you know your numbers. Okay. Okay.
Who, me or them?
You. Antelope. What are you seeing? What can you get out there? What's the price point?
Yes. Okay. So we just got a client into this brand new community in Antelope, single story, 1,500 square foot home. Home comes with a lot of standards that are actually pretty decent. She didn't really have to pay a lot in upgrades. 484.
Antelope's 484. Okay, we're gonna step it up a notch. We're gonna go to Roseville. What's the lowest you could get a house in Roseville? Brand new.
465 alley load, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom.
Okay, this is a great starter home for a family. Smaller, no backyard. There's not really any.
It's a patio yard.
Right,
Yeah.
and you're
But
getting
if
a brand new
looking
home for
a brand new
460.
home, if you're looking for a brand new home that is like, you know, you have a somewhat of a backyard, you're probably looking at mid 500.
Okay, so back to the fours. Is there HOA there?
Yes.
Okay,
$100 a month.
Got it. I love that. It's a great price in the Fittyman Farm area. So
Fittyman
you're in a
Farm,
great school district.
schools,
Okay,
yep.
what is that price going up to? I mean, how high can you buy a house for?
In Roseville? Mm-hmm. Oh,
Brand new.
new. I mean, like $1 million.
Yeah, and there's JMC. They have 3 communities out
Yeah.
there: Sagebrook, Meadowbrook, and Fairbrook.
Yep,
Fairbrook's about 650, a little bit more. Sagebrook's going to be more 700-800,
Yep,
and
then
Meadowbrook up
is
to 1.1, 1.2,
yeah,
I think.
the $1 million. So they have homes that are about 3,800 square feet with a guest suite. and that's about $1
3877,
million.
big yard,
Yep.
beautiful home, right?
And it's they have the guest suites that we've been talking about with full
Yeah.
kitchen, but they are like kind of closing out. So Meadowbrook only has some quick move-ins left. Sagebrook and Fairbrook are on their last release. So
You also have
good to
Winding
go.
Creek, which is right up the street.
Yep.
It's a growing area. They have brand new communities there. They're kind of wrapping up what they first started. Now they're pushing out a little bit more. They have some really good deals out there. A good price point still in Roseville is going to be in the 500,000 price point. Brand new home. And then what about Rockland? Do we have anything in Rockland right now?
Rockland, you're looking at Whitney Ranch. There are going to be some in like the older part of Rockland, probably in the 600s. Rockland's a little bit more expensive than Roseville. I know Whitney Ranch has 3 JMC communities starting in the, I don't know, high 600s all the way up to like the 1.4s. They are building across the street from us, so we're in Whitney Ranch.
We'll see what that,
That's Edgefield is going to be there, and then also found out Anthem is building across from us as well. So Rockland's pretty much almost done with like lots and stuff.
But you have the city of Folsom too, and Folsom is typically a higher price point, but they have some brand new Taylor Morrison homes in the high 500, and it might be in the low 600,000 point now, but it's a beautiful, beautiful home and an amazing build, right? You have Rancho Cordova. They have so much growth out there.
Oh, totally.
You could buy
I
a
love
home
Rancho.
in the 500s all the way up to probably 800,000.
They belong to the Elk Grove School District, which is great schools. And then again, there's Elk Grove is growing too. I mean, the biggest city in Sacramento has tons of land that they're building on. You have Tim Lewis, Taylor Morrison, Meritage, KB homes just in like this one area where they're just building a whole bunch of homes.
Dixon, Fairfield,
Yeah.
Vacaville, that whole area is exploding too. Rose, if they wanted to find our new builds page,
Yeah,
can we
for
send them a
sure.
link?
Yeah, no, so we'll put a link below to our Instagram account called newbuilds_Northern California. And then we also post community information on this YouTube channel. So make sure you do what?
Send a little love. Are we hitting them with that? Okay, so guys, that's a lot. If you guys have any questions, reach out to us, and we're going to end it with that. If you have not yet subscribed, make sure you send a little love to that subscribe button. Hit that notification button so you can be the first to know what's going on here in Northern California, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.